All right, Algebra 2, Math Excel homework, problem 2.3.24. If you have trouble with the factoring, I went through that in more detail on 2.3.22. Go back and watch that video. But for this one, p squared minus 8p minus 9 equals 0. I think it's the easiest here to just go ahead and do this by guess and check. So the only way to get p would be p squared here would be p times p. Two things that multiply to negative 9. So if you think about m times n has to equal negative 9, but they have to add up to negative 8. Hopefully you can kind of think about that without taking too long. 3 and 3 aren't going to give me an 8, but 9 and a 1. And one of them's negatives and one's positive because they multiply to a negative 9. So positive and negative. I want their sum to be negative. So the bigger number negative, smaller number positive. And then the next thing is, this is kind of like we have two things sitting here. We have one that if I labeled this just as an A times this as a B and it says it equals 0, well, A times B equals 0. The only way for that to happen is if one of those two things is 0. So either A is 0 or B is 0. So let's figure out what each of these would, what they would be to make that happen. So when would p minus 9 equals 0? This is called the zero product property. Or also the original problem would work if p plus 1 was 0. So let's just see what those two solutions are. Add the 9 over, or do it in your head, and you could easily see that p is 9 there. Or the other number that would make this work, if I subtracted 1 to the other side here, 0 minus 1 would be negative 1. So there would be my two solutions for problem 2.3.24 in the Math Excel of Algebra 2.